This is Calibos, and we're playing Project Ozone 3. So, when we last left off, we just finished making a melter, and we're looking at, still making our boron nitride, solution. So I'm just going to put the melter here. Well, we've only got 3 channels coming off of this. We can put a melter here. So, we're going to want to export into the melter. And boom, boom. And we're going to want to tell it to craft what it needs to. We want to export boron. So now we should be exporting boron. And then we're going to want speed and energy upgrades. Speed 10, go. We're going to want some energy upgrades. Energy upgrades 10, go. Then we're going to pop that in there and watch my power go away and then watch my power come back. How's that for fun, right? So this is just going to make molten boron. I like that it has the option to clear the tank. And then what we're going to do is, I've already set up a thing. We're going to want a tank here. Blue, blue, blue. We want a black, black, black. Go. Let's get some ink. So let's do this, and we'll go black, black, black. Ink. I have no idea why it just randomly didn't color one. It probably thinks that I clicked on the other side. But it's fine. So black, black, black. We have our export tank. We're going to want to put some cabling down here. Boom. Export tank. Go. So we're going to want to always active extract. We're going to want to insert so that there's no backflow. And this is going to fill up that. Ooh. This may not work the way that I want it to. Okay, so let's get rid of this really quick. Let's make a different one tank. Because what would happen if the way that I was thinking of setting it up, what would basically happen is it would either A, empty our system, or B, it would clog our fluid storage. So let's get some red. That is not rose red. So we'll go here and here. And we'll use this as our fluid storage for it. Now, I'm going to set this up differently from the others. So, red, red, black. So we want to go ahead and go ender fluid, insert, and this is going to be our boron drum. And then we're going to go ahead and change this color now that it's all gone to brown. and then we'll put this here, and then we'll change this to brown, always active, go. So now it's going to fill this tank and this tank, and that's it. So I still want the overflow, which is why we're doing it the way that we're doing it. I could simply have it go from there. Well, yeah, I guess I could actually just do that. But this means that, like I said, we have the fluid dictionary. And all of our tanks are going to be here. And that seems worth the effort. So we'll go for a red, and then the output on the boron is going to be black, black, red, whereas the input on it is going to be red, black, black. I know, right? Insert. Always active. And so that will give us, what is that, 48 buckets of boron in overflow. So let's make another tank. We'll just make 10 because we're using quite a lot of them for this project. But this gives us our boron tank, which we can just go here, and then we can go, this one is, so black, black, red, pink. Okay, so now we have 2 of our things that we need. So we've got our, so the diborane, oh, wow, I cannot type. Apparently diborane is crazy like that. So we'll need hydrogen gas or liquid hydrogen. And that's fine. So now what we're going to need is water. So we're going to want to look at our tanks again. This should be a water tank, probably. Why is there no water in it? Blue, blue, blue should be water. Oh, because it's a, whatever. Because it's a personal tank, because it has the, see this, the blue front on it. It's specifically mine rather than, you know, generic. So let's go ahead and get some water. So lapis. And water. So we needed water anyway. But now what we want is, so if we want liquid hydrogen, we're going to need hydrogen. Alright, so we're going to have to do it through mechanism. So we'll need an electrolytic separator. I also need to learn how to talk. We're we're going to need also a pair of condensators. I think this one is it. Hydrogen for mechanism. Okay, so we'll need 2 of these rotary condensators. So we'll need that, and we'll need that. Actually, we'll probably need more than that. Condensators. So we'll make 2 of them for the moment. So we need tanks and gas tanks. Mechanism tank. Basic fluid tank. Recipe. And then we need a basic gas tank. Recipe. So these are actually really cool, these tanks, and they're upgradable. You do need a configurator to condensator. We'll need 2 of these and go. Okay, so we've got the rotary condensator and we need the electrolytic separator. So we need the electrolytic core, which is that. Molecular assembler. So this is going to be kind of a complicated way of doing it. But if you're going into, for example, 5 times, quintupling your ore through mechanism, I definitely recommend doing it kind of like the way that I'm going to be doing this, because otherwise it's a giant complicated mess. And this method allows you to break it down. It adds a little bit more, individual complexity to the machines, but it allows you to break the components apart so that you can work on each section one at a time. And it makes organizing it a lot easier as well. So we had a rotary condensator. There we go. So we needed 2 of these. So first things first, we need the electrolytic separator. Now, mechanism is one of the few mods that I'm actually not going to do on the ceiling, because we'll need access to like the tops and stuff. So let's start with the ender tank. So we'll put the ender tank here for water, and we need to have the water go into the electrolytic separator. So you'll notice that it already has buttons and, stuff on it. How about a configurator? You only need 1 of these, but you need it, so enjoy. It uses power. So this is the wrench for mechanism, and it's pretty amazing for mechanism, and mechanism is a pain to use without it. So I definitely recommend that you have one. But first steps first, we're going to be going like this. So we need... Oh, we're going to have to use mechanism gas pipes and stuff, because I don't think... gas conduit. Alright, so let's get into mechanism piping. which is not as cool as... I guess we could do it through... I guess we could do it through there, but it doesn't seem like it would be as good. What is it called? Mechanism. It's what, pressurized? Universal. Mechanical is fluids. Pressurized tubes are... Let's get rid of that, and get rid of that and that. So pressurized tubes, pressurized tubes, pressurized tubes. So we've got enough of this set up that we're not really worried about making them. So we have all of the components for mechanism, you know, basically made. So pressurized. So we want ultimate pressurized tubes. Let's go ahead and make 20 of them really quick. And then it's just gonna like grind through all of this. So all of this and the alloys and the reinforced alloys, they're all done. So we have that. So right off the bat, we can just go ahead and pump in fluids. So let's electrolytic separator fluids. So we can always extract and never insert, and now we're going to get fluids. So from here we need the pressurized pipes, and then we need to put these into rotary condensators. And you can see with mechanism that you have to be kind of like picky about direction and stuff. So this is starting to pick up hydrogen, and this is starting to pick up oxygen. So now we're going to go ahead and get some conduits, because I don't want to use, let's see, okay, so mechanism, we want to go ahead and get 2, 3, so that's what, 24? 20, let's make 80 because we've got a lot of machines to do. And then we'll do that for these as well. So energy conduits. So we can either use the mechanism ones or we can choose not to. So I'm not really worried about magical steel boots that are not apparently being disenchanted. That's fine. We'll worry about that later. So we need conduit, not confusion, conduit. Flux ducts? Are we using flux ducts? I think that we are. Guess we could just make power cells. I mean, it's not that big a deal. We have a couple of them sitting around. Alright, whatever. Power cells it is. So we need to link all of these. We'll go out, out, out. Set up a torch or something. Okay, so what's going on is it's taking the water and separating it into oxygen and hydrogen. And then this is making them into liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen, right? So now we're going to go ahead and do mechanism. We want to go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we want to go ahead and grab all of these because can. Because really it takes forever for a lot of this stuff to happen. Alright. That gives that up to 67 million, so we're getting there. Now from here, here's where I kind of like go a little bit crazy. So from here, we're going to go ahead and say these are going to be special. We're going to do these with diamonds. So diamonds, and we're going to need 2 more tanks that are going to match up. And the reason I want to do these with diamonds is because these are going to be their own system. General use is always going to be the unmarked ones. Diamonds are going to be like special. So that gives us an extra 4,048 channels to play with, or colors, or whatever you want to call it. So we'll go bone meal, so we'll go white, light gray, and bone meal. Alright. So this side's going to be white. I guess I don't really have to dye it white if it's already white. Right? And then we're going to, now it's a fluid, so our fluid ducts work just fine. So we're always going to work, and we're always going to insert. So now this is liquid hydrogen. All the liquid hydrogen we could want. So let's put this on the ceiling with the rest of our stuff. And now we can come over here and we can go liquid oxygen, hydrogen, so one of the problems for this, is, so if I come over here and we tell it to, for example, go black, 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 it is going to constantly be producing, and we're not going to be able to we're not going to be able to stop it, really. So, yeah, I'm not certain exactly how I want to deal with this, but this is the best way that I can think of. It's just going to be constantly producing. Now, we're not going to have any overflow capacity in it, but I'm not really sure that I can do anything about that. And we'll go ahead and we'll take this one as, this is oxygen, so we'll go blue, light gray, blue. Or light blue? Blue? Sure. With lapis. So blue, light blue, blue. And then now we take our ender fluid conduit here and we extract, always active, go. And we're going to go ahead and mark this one as only insert. And so now we have liquid oxygen. So liquid oxygen is not as vital for us, at least this moment. I don't honestly think that there's any specific call for it. But now anywhere we want to, we can pump it out. So what this is going to do is this is just going to make sure that they are both full before it stops. Now again, I really hate wasting it. I do, but there's not really a lot we can do about that. So we've got our hydrogen. So let's go ahead and call it here, and then we'll work through the next step in the next episode. So I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And you folks have a great night.